あー、ハロー、ハロー。いけてそうですね。いけて。Okay, hi. Welcome to my stream. I'm playing as Attorney today. Please relax and enjoy the story with me. 誰も見に来ないので、すごい挨拶も簡単にしてしまいました。続きやっていきましょう。ちょっとだいぶ前回から空いてしまったんですが、ちょっと忙しかったですね。せっかく時間ができたので少し進めて、明日からまたなるべく短いスパンでできたらなって思ってます。10個しかセーブできないんですね。10番ですね。エピソード3なんですが、さっと前回の動画を見直していて、ウィルさんが捕まってしまってるんですね。で、ウィルさんが犯人ではないということを証明しようとしてます。で、ウィルさんが捕まった理由というのが、お昼寝をしていて、彼しかその現場に居合わせられなかったはずということなんですが、現場に向かった、証拠写真を手に入れてまして、それがなんと着ぐるみを着たままなんですね。他の人が着ていても全然おかしくないなというところです。もう証拠集め終わったんですね。Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. かっこいい。Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant. 毎回エッジワードさんが敵なんですね。Mr. Will Powers killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio, one of Grover's studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. Heinous? 調べましょう。The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. 本当でしょうか? I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. 結構刑事さんが呼ばれること多いんですね。Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. はい。To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios. See? This here is the employee area. はい。The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. はい。小さい穴が開いていたんですよね。This is the main gate to the studios. で、ガムシューさんじゃなくて、オールドバックさんが見張ってるんですね。The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station there is gate C. はい。Past that the studios. はい。And here is studio 1. 他に迂回経路がないですと。This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. 3人もいたんだ。そっか。被害者も含まれますもんね。The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. もしかして犯人では? All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. はい、みんなここにいたと。で、then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to studio 1. はい。で、それを見ていた。Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. その後行ったんですね。Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. はいはい。Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. なぜなら、見つかったからと。The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. すごい大変ですけどね、わざわざそれで刺し殺すって。達人じゃないと無理ですよね。死んでから刺したらわかりますけど、それで殺すって。だって、刺さって即死だから抜こうとこう、もがいたりしそうですよね。それもなかったということでよろしいでしょうか That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? 結構です。Should I listen to that horror thing again? Skip it. I think I can probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval. 中世的なってことかな Samurai spear added to the court record. The spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. 何キロなんでしょうか This case is quite simple if you ask one question, and that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? はい、understood. Let's call this security officer to the stand. そうですね。第一発見者に発見した時の状況をもっと詳しく聞きたくもあります。Will the witness declare her name? イケメンに弱いんでしょうね。あとあれか、権力のある方に弱いで、検察には弱いんですね。My, aren't you a handsome fellow? イケメンに弱いんでした。Handsome fellow, I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. なんだって、Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Grandma でいいんですね。Your name, please. Seems Edwards has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. 名前をすぐに言ってくださらない。When the old back, dearie. ダーリン的な dearie. So just go. Oh my goodness. 早いんですよね、この人。はいはいはい。はい。異議あり、そこであなたがObjection, I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. Rambling. I was just getting to the good part, Jerry. はい。Perhaps we can get to the testimony. お願いします。Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, sir, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You knew your staff, Diary. 裁判官さんもディアリーなんですね。You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. はい。Witness account. ところどころこのギャグというかそのあたりを捉えきれませんね。On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. それまでは入り放題と。Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Errands, 野暮用的な Anyway, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5 o'clock. Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because the sudden man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the statue. ウィルさんかわからないでしょ You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. そうそう、他の配信者さんのものを少し見させてもらったんですが、結構バンバン待ったをしてましたね。待ったしていきましょう。プレス。待った So up until the time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio. そうですね。Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. なるほど。You'd need an employee card key to get in. スタッフが怪しい。Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is, no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station? その誰が入ったかちゃんとね、全部監視カメラ見ませんかで次に行きましょう。はい。Run through? They were walking out the scene between the steel samurai and the evil magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5 o'clock. That's why poor old Hammer went to study 1 in the afternoon. 結構早く入りましたね。So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero. If there was a run-through in the morning, why did he only get there afternoon? What kind of errands? はい。Oh, where you know? What? I don't know. Answer the question. はいはい。Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers observing, you know? はい。Observing? あ、そこにいましたもんね。Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? あ、そこにいたからいなかった。Whippersnap, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. No. 門を閉めとくのは仕事じゃないです。見張るのが仕事です。I'm not sure your boss would say it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammy's run-throughs. Always. Always. 利用されますね。Never missed one in all my ears. Wow, I want to see Steel Samurai run-through too. かわいい。You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad sense. Anyway, okay. Did you see the victim then? Did I see poor old Hammer? No. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Oh. Tell us what happened next. So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even a second? 意地悪な質問。Of course, I am a professional, you know. じゃあ午前中もちゃんと見てくださいね。Or are you criticizing how I do my job? Whippersnap. No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday. 確かに。ドーナツぐらい食べてもいいんじゃないでしょうか ?I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time. おっしゃる通りで。Snipper Bappers. Snipper Bapper? Old wetback is losing it, Nick. Why don't you raise an objection? そういった、なんか、インサルトされてるのかどうかがちょっとわかりづらいですね。So, the witness was on duty through the afternoon, the whole time very well. What did you see? 全部に待ったするのが正しい進め方なのかもしれないですね、これ。How did you know that? Oh, I had my ways, that overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job. Oh gosh. Poor detective Kamshu getting ratted out by a security guard. 餌付けされてる。2 o'clock? You're sure? 監視カメラどうでしたかね Sure, it's spit. But who was the man? Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might destroy something. No, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. さっきおっしゃったじゃないですか。It was Powers. So you saw Mr. Powers? 本当ですか That's what I said. Got bugs in your ears, Sonny. Nick, this is your chance. Objection? Your time to pull out the secret weapon. I'll say it again. It was him. もうやっちゃっていいのかなあ、最後ですもんね。じゃあ、写真を見せましょうね。これでしょ見たのは、ミスターパワーさんじゃないです。Let me get this straight, old back, or Mr. Oldback, Miss Oldback, Oldback. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you were talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? このことじゃないですか Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. どうぞ見てください。これはわかんないですね。着ぐるみですね。What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. はってなりますね、これね。Ms. Oldback. Is this the Mr. Powers that is so? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you anything, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? そうとは限らないんじゃないでしょうか。No, they can't. 確かめてなかったんですか、一番さん。Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers displayed the lure of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Power is the Steel Samurai. そりゃそうだ。I know that I wasn't born yesterday. これちょっと面白い返しですね。昨日生まれたわけじゃないんですよ。No one in this court is accusing you of that, Mr. Wetness. He's having trouble covering her old back apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? No, the old man. Of course, I have proof. ああ、なるほど。証拠がある。どうやって証明するんですか？Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. そうだそうだ、一回でおっしゃってください。How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, Paul. はい。He didn't even give it a second look. あ、次がある。Wow, all went back has left even it was speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. はい、教えてください。The man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Power trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. このシーン本当にあったことだったんですね。Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. 足を引きずっていたと。You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. それも証拠ではないでしょう。That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Happy? Not happy. So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. まあ、順番に行きましょう。ここは待ったする必要ないかもしれない。Whippersnapper. Hey, I haven't said anything yet. 何も言ってないじゃないですか。I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. 黙ってください。Mr. Wright, please, for all of sakes, try not to upset the witness. こちらのせいなんでしょうか。I think Edgeworth has met his match. Who was present at the run-through? Well, let's see. There was Powers, he's the steel samurai, then poor old Hammer, the able magistrate, and me. でも3人って言ってましたよね。And what exactly were you doing? Observing? Just observing. What about the assistant? Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such. So she didn't see the run-through then. 小柄なので、排水口は通れそうですよね。どうやってこけたんですか？ Trip and fall? Yes, and did you think he'd supposed to be the steel samurai? What a laugh! So Power just sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. Thank you. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it had. Oh gosh. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then? もうアシスタントが犯人じゃないですか。Oh, huh? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Power's ankle. You may continue your testimony. ブロークしたんですか？ He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. なるほど。His samurai spear, the murder weapon. 2個あるんですね。Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. 直した。This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. なるほど。プレスすることで証拠見つかるんですね。Apparently, he sprained. Okay. Was Mr. Power's ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. 休憩してたんですね。That's the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. I think we've had enough, haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there's one thing that bothers me, which is, where is this steel samurai costume now? 確かに。Actually, well, we couldn't find it. あ、なくなった。We are looking though. うん。Anyway, that's not important. 大事でしょう。まあ、誰が入ってたかとか、DNA 鑑定したらいいんじゃないでしょうか。The witness did see the steel samurai. Yes. それが証拠だと。やれやれ。And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Willpowers. ちょっと短絡じゃないでしょうか。小学生向けですね。うん。I suppose that's right. 本当に ?Are you sure? You are sure, Your Honor? Object. Of course, object. Hold red, right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Willpowers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Yep. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? 続けてください。No need to ask twice. はい。Continue. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before them was Willpowers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. 隠れてたか、迂回路があった。So, if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. そんな1週間単位とかでね、隠れてるかもしれないですから。Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. 待ったしていきましょう。ここは合ってるんじゃないですか。How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I have donuts to the young detective, and then, after some rubbish about it being a secret poll, he told me everything. I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. ドーナツで売っちゃったんですね。これは犯罪にならないんでしょうか。守秘義務はないんですか、守秘義務は。Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking, right. こんな一行一行に。What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before 1 p.m. かっこいい。Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. はい。And they locked the main gate, so no one could get in. なんか別にこう飛び越えられそうですよ。Not to mention. Are you sure? はい、すいません。The witness has answered the question. はい。Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it. Edgy boy. Edgy boy. なんちゃら坊やみたいな感じ。Or went back sure his balls, or where you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps? あえて外してることね。よいしょ。230ですよね。Pierce through the chest by. これ合ってますね。Before there was willpower. 2 p.m. まあ、そんなね、一瞬で殺せるのかっていうのは思いますが。I've seen them. 迂回できるんじゃないですかってこと？あれ、プレゼントしたい。ダメかな。Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. これがダメだとこうなるんですね。Try to think. すいません。 suppose over, you know what I mean, or to have a way of skipping over important details. やっぱ違うんじゃないかってこと？地味にわからないんですけど、フォト2。I would have seen them. 迂回できるんじゃないかってことを言おうと思ったんでしたけど、ダメですね。230。あれ、合ってますよね、これね。Pierced。間違ってる？何か示したらいけるかな？これでしょ？こっちからこういけたらあれってことだよね。わかんない。やばい。英語だからわかんないのかな？大事なところを飛ばしてる。or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. 便利ですねと。Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. 合ってるよね。これは合ってるでしょ。やっぱりこれが違うって言いたいの？ Hold on, look at this photograph one more time. もう一回これ。This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? そうです。Yes, sir, honey. じゃあ、そこでカメラどういうこと？So whenever anyone passed by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know you had from a hole in the ground. Right, anyway. It's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if we wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo.Note that, そうか、時間がね。Note that on the back of the photo, printed there was 2 p.m. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bed at the end where it says photo number 2. Number 2, そういうことね。Number 1 はThe computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd?Number 1どこにいたんだと。Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? なるほどね。そうでしたね。Order. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there's only data for one of the photos.Who could have erased the data for the other photo? あなたが消したんじゃないか。Only someone with access the security lady herself. あなたが犯人なんですか？Me? 違いそう。The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. そこは聞いておりません。But the camera on the get fired twice. Get fired. That means 2 people went by.Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these new fangled computer things. Edgy boy, help. Believe me, I want to bad. I don't know what this means either. わかんないですよね。Some help you hard. You are a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Miss Oldback? Oh, that's right. 思い出したんですか何か。I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate? Someone other than the steel samurai? Oh, well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. I see. Your testimony, please. あなたの写真ですかじゃあ、ガーマンさんの写真Every day, after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job too. 写真を印刷する。I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. はい。I threw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. なるほど。何も写ってなかったとか Miss Oldback, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it. おばあちゃん。Right, anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a time for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. まあ、どんな写真か聞かないといけないですね。Another job? さっき説明したでしょ。That's right, I checked all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes. Do you back up all of the security camera data? Well, they keep telling me too, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating. それはね。どんな写真ですか How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces for the most part. なるほど。for the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldback. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Willpower's photo, did I? I think she's missing the point. どんな写真か答えてくださいよ。Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? Fanboy. Fanboy? Fanboy? Dear samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. 確かに最初に会った時に言ってましたね。ファンボーイですかって。いやファンボーイは入れないようにしてるって言ってませんでしたどうやって入ったんでしょうか They are always hanging about. One was there that day. Wait a second, didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate, so no one could get in. That's what you was. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. はいはい。ファンボーイが入ったと。The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in. 伝えてください、そんな穴危なすぎます。They come in through the drain? メインゲートからは入ってませんと。I told you they are freaks. Oh, and what? They are kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids? So, on the photo that you erased, 残しといた方がいいんじゃないでしょうか It was a boy, probably second or third grade. 小学生What? びっくり。確かにそれは殺しはできないでしょうね。Order. Let me get this straight. You saw two people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the steel samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about second or third grade. Oh yes. Well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. A boy in second or third grade? でもその子が何か見てないかは聞かないといけないですよね。呼びましょう。I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I'd think. It's quite heavy. Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. 消さなくてもいいんじゃないでしょうか。What's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they are already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I wanted the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information, and no forgetting vital information this time. 休憩いただけますと。たった5分なんですね。Mr. Powers? 出てこれるんですね。Yes? かわいい。Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was stripping honest. So, who was the steel samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The steel samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. 誰かが来たと。Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a steel samurai costume. Steal a steel samurai. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. Niff. You were the only likely suspect right now. そういうことになりますね。盗んだ瞬間とか分かればいいですけど、コスチュームはまず一つしかないんでしょうか。予算の関係で一つしか作らないですね。What are we going to do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right? And it will take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. なるほど。引き延ばし作戦。Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. ちょっとセーブしときますか？怖いですね。セーブしたい。できなかった。Court will now reconvene for the trial. 一回セーブを挟みましょう。ゲームオーバーの香りがしますね、失敗したら。上書き。8番。間違えちゃった。上から行きましょうかね。はい、じゃあ再開しましょう。Mr. Edgeworth, may you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo would have many not be hard evidence. その写真を見せてください。削除しても、おばあちゃんなら完全に削除してないと思うので、残ってるんじゃないでしょうか。But there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Willpowers. 状況証拠すぎます。疑わしきは罰手数が日本の法律だと思いますので、やめましょう。Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. これを間違えたら即ゲームオーバーでしょうか。Interesting. Let us hear what you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. それはそうですが、今すでに冤罪をかけていることに関してはどう思われるんでしょうか。If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, as if the stakes weren't high enough. そう、体力が。でも2つしか減らないんですね。So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed murder? アシスタントがあるって言いたいですけど。セキュリティレイディは確かにアリバイはないんですよね。グラルスクールボーイはobviously innocent ということになるんじゃないでしょうか。アシスタントガールはどこにいたかわからないって言ってますから、矛先は向けていいんじゃないでしょうか。まず第一発見者が誰なのか教えてください。It was the assistant. The steel samurai costume was in his dressing room. She stole it, and in doing so, she became the steel samurai. So you were saying the steel samurai in the picture is really the assistant? That's correct, Your Honor. Hey, Ali. あ、ダメそう。Ali. If you are serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo? Wasn't the steel samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot. Oh, but failing time. Remember the testimony concerning Power's injury? アシスタントは怪我を知らなかったってこと Powers and Power were at the run through. Oh, and me. What about the assistant? 見てなかったと。Cleaning up backdrops, I think. They didn't know about Power's ankle. あ、これダメそう。The assistants knew nothing of Mr. Power's injury. She could look the steel samurai look with that costume. でも写真だったらわかんなくないですか？動画だったらまだ足引きずってるなってなりますけど、偶然アシスタントさんがコスチュームを着ていて、重くてこう一瞬ガリってなったところ捉えたとかね。But she couldn't walk the steel samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped. Oh, that kind of takes the legs out from under that case. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you as I want. Oh my goodness, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. May we move on, Mr. Wright? Go, this fight isn't over yet. If you would, Your Honor, one more chance, please. 厚かましい. Very well, go ahead. 順番に言ってもいいですね、これもね。So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed murder? もう一回選べる。まあ、セキュリティレディですね。BGM でわかりますね。It was the security lady, Wendy Oldback. あなたでしょう。Ooh, you. The steel samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. あとは自殺もあり得るんです。スーサイドもあり得るってことでしょうか。There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. ハンマーさんもこの理論だと被疑者になりますね。The security lady, old back. What? Weapon snap. カン。Old. Is this true, old back? Old back? That's Miss Old back to you. Miss Old back was standing guard alone at the main gate. ずっといたかどうかはわかんないですもんね。She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the steel samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. てか消した写真が本当に子供を示していたものかちゃんと見せてください。Why did she go through the trouble of wearing the steel samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. そうでしょうか。Ooh, yay. Right here. Sherlock Holmes too, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? 確かに。Doesn't he usually jab up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something. What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. Press father, give Granny a break. Give Granny a break? Press father. なりゆき任せる的な Press father するちょっと情報が欲しいので、プレスしたいところです。The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldback's action on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? それはパワーさんにも言えることですよ。You forgot that Mr. Powers lacked a clear motive too. そうですね。Indeed. That did it. Now Windback is one of the suspects. No hard feeling, I hope. Wait, just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy. The one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler though, as you said. Second or third grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops. You are toast, Mr. Wright. That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Or is it be nice to the case and mean to your elders day, whippersnapper? I have proof. 私は持ってません。Proof? Indeed? Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that showed the boy could not have committed this murder. 重たいってこと？カードキーがないから？くらえ！ The thing of the matter, as we all know, was Stadio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Stadio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the Stadios have a card key? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? They went back, speechless. This has got to be the first. Very well. This court will suspend proceeding on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy. What was her name? Something Oldback, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this Oldback before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. こんなことで延期になるんですね。まあ、証拠不十分と。Wait a second. I'm not... Oh gosh. 早口かと思いました。I'm not going to just sit here while you run off backing up the wrong tree. Me. I'm talking. Talking what? 何か口止めされてたんですか？ Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windback wants to talk. Miss Oldback, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. 早く言ってください。Not to talk about? By whom? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify. それはもうアシスタントじゃないでしょうか？ My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. まあ自分が疑われるなら話してしまいますね。There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you were going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. 嘘ついたら犯罪ですよ。Miss Oldback, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the Oldback. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. いや、もっと話してください。これはいいあれじゃないですね。プレスしていきましょう。親会社ですね。So you were told not to talk. That's right. By the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. There were some other people at the studios. それは誰なんですか？ Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of the action scene without a director? Of course. まあそうですよね。Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. いや、まあそりゃそうですよね。So, where were these people? どこにいたんですか？ The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Oh, where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? いや、それはマップに書いてありましたよ。なるほどさ。Well, if you look at the guide map, ここですね。Here it is. スタジオ1に入れるじゃないですか。You go through the gate and all the way to the left. こっちですね。The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but take a break. Continue continue. はい。どう黙っとけって言われたんですか？なぜ？ Miss Oldback, this is a trial for murder. I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side. Oh, それは完全に犯罪なのでは？収賄罪でしょうか？ So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. I guess there's no harm in getting as much info as I can. Oh. I guess pressing home was the right thing to do. For an old windbag seashore likes keeping secrets. Let's get as much information as we can. あ、すいません。ここまでですね。So they were actually in the studio? Yes, the whole day. どうやって証明するんでしょうか？ When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came. Grumble, I'll kill this woman, I swear it. I feel sorry for Edgeworth almost. She really left him hanging on this one. エチバースさんの調査不足です。ここは待ったしなくても。Them? Who were these people? Well, the lecter... あららら。はいはいはいはいはい。同じこと。次に行きましょう、次に。Take a break? 全部聞きましたよね。全部聞きましたね。テイクアブレイクしないといけないですね。アシスタントが犯人と思いましたけど、新たな、ねえ、新しい被疑者が。We have learned there were others at global studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. じゃあですね。The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Ms. Oldbeck, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. はい、そうです。I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceeding in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. でもそれも監視カメラをちゃんと見ていたら分かったんじゃないでしょうか？ That is all. This court is adjourned. はい。ここはで今日は終わりましょうかね。証拠を集めて第2戦2日目に挑むというところでしょうね。じゃあセーブをさせていただきますので、これで終わらせてもらいます。See you later. 多分また明日の朝からやると思います。終わります。